Hey everyone, it's Minnie Alexander here. Um, I'm glad you guys are watching. And um, tonight's topic is what makes a woman a hoe. And I will always go back and tell you guys why I thought of that. But before we do that, you guys know I am an author, and I have a book. My book is called A White Man's Whore. Yes, the title is not a joke. You can get this book on Amazon. Looks just like this. If it's hard to find, just type in my name, Minnie Alexander, and the title, A White Man's Whore. It will pop up. This book right here, it's about interracial dating. And it's about white men dating black women and black women dating white men. And it's a topic that usually in this particular subject is not talked about. You know, we always talk about like some of the women that are pushing, black women are pushing interracial dating. They only talk about the good things. This talks about other things you need to look out for if you decide to do that. My personal stories are in here, other black women's personal stories in here, interviews with white men on why they like or dislike black women, how black men feel when they see a black woman walk in with a white man. All this is in this book on Amazon, A White Man's Whore by Minnie Alexander. Minnie Alexander, that's me. So I'll explain how I thought about this topic. Again, the topic is what makes a woman a hoe. I was just thinking about it because I was thinking about just the contrast between men and women, how people judge in this world, and then just kind of how dating is so tough and women's personalities are kind of changing a little bit and they're starting to do other things. But before I get into that, I'm going to introduce my guests. Hey guest.
Hey, how you doing? I'm
I'm doing
Xavier.
good. So
That's
Xavier, how
good.
are you doing tonight?
I'm blessed. I can't complain. I'm out enjoying myself. As I
Uh-huh.
told you before, I'm one of the people I can do things with people and I can do things by myself. Uh, for people to understand how I ran across you, social media friends, and I ran across your TikTok. Very interesting. Just found out you're an author. You're writing a book. It's crazy because I'm working on something myself. Maybe you can give me some tips and things of that nature.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm.
For anybody that is watching, I'm gonna be in and out with my mic because I am out, so I don't want to make the distortion or loud music. So I'll be going in and out when it comes to the mic, just to make everything clear.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So anybody who's watching, it's going to be an open panel in about 30 minutes, and I'll drop the link in the chat so people can come on up, but not quite right now. And if you are new to my channel, please pause for a second, subscribe, and like my videos, and come back later and watch some of my videos, the short ones, and some of the other broadcasts that I put on there, and leave comments. Even if they're negative, I don't care. If they're positive, then thank you. So, Xavier. So again, the topic is what makes a woman a hoe. I think everybody has their own definition of what a hoe is, you know, and just specifically talk about women. We can always talk about men a little bit later, what a male hoe is. But as a man, if you see a woman and you like, she a hoe. What is her characteristics?
What defines a hoe to me is more about not what you do; it's about how you do it. I wouldn't call a woman a hoe because she had sex on the first date. I would call a woman a hoe if she did it all the time and she just randomly go to the club and she do it. Sometimes people be feeling each other. Sometimes you just in that moment and what happens happens, especially as adults. But if this is the type of woman, she just does it with everybody. You're a hoe. Period. If you at the club and everybody get free fills, that's just hoish activity. If you fucking nothing but friends and you done fuck five homeboys, come on, man, that's a hoe. But far as like you being a grown ass woman and you just had sex with some guy and you felt him and y'all had sex quick or just whatever it may be, that's just grown folks doing grown folk stuff. Everything doesn't make a woman a hoe. Now there's some things that women is just taking advantage of. You're just twerking, you're getting naked all the goddamn time, you just dating everybody. I mean, whole activities. But like I said, as a grown woman, you felt somebody, they felt you, you liked them, they liked you, you did something, you just grown, and it happens. You know what I'm saying? So not everything is hoish, but it ain't what you do, is how you do it, and that's what I determine a hoe from what is and what not.
Okay, so I have a scenario popped in my head, and I'm gonna say it before I forget. So, okay, just say in 2019, one woman sleeps with one man. 2020, she sleeps with his friend. She might know it's his friend or might not know his friend. Then 2021, she sleeps with somebody else, and then it's just a coincidence that he knows the crew too. Is she a hoe?
This is what I say is whole activity. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. If you knew this was his friend and you was fucking with him, and then you jump and when it start fucking his friend, you a little bit foul. Now you went. I mean, come on, it's just common sense. I think a man is foul for fucking your homegirl. If I want to fuck your homegirl behind your back, that's foul. Period. It has nothing to do with gender. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and that's the type of world that I live in. Now, you happen to fuck a friend that you didn't know that was his friend. That's not no hoe shit. You didn't know.
So should you? So should a woman stop messing with him when she gets that knowledge, or like it's already done and just keep on doing what you do?
If it's already done, I guess it's already done. Like me, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have sex with a mother and a daughter before. It wasn't planned. We didn't know. Mother is young. Come on, man. Black women have kids. I mean, black women. Some black women having babies at a young age. You feel
What?
me? The daughter is 15 years younger, and it happened. It wasn't planned. I met the mom one time. Then I met the daughter on a different occasion. I didn't already banged them both out. It is what it is. Nobody was mad because it wasn't intentional. So it's different.
So wait a minute. We're gonna go back to the topic, but this. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute, because I've heard a lot of stories in my life. Oh, hold on. Hey, big dog, Philly. Hey, sneaky. Is it Bonnie or Beanie? Hey, you guys. Okay, so wait a minute, real quick. So, at one point, did you realize that you were with the mother and the daughter, or did they realize it before you? How did this happen?
Well, how it happened was when when you meet somebody and y'all started to kick it and y'all hanging out, so
Uh
you
huh.
y'all follow each other on social media. And when I seen the pictures, that's how I pretty much knew that I slept with like four cousins before. Didn't know. Well, listen, hear me out. I'm from Southside Sacramento. They from the north. I never knew. We go to clubs, you meet people, and it just happens. We're all cool and we all friends because it wasn't literally intentionally done. So what I'm saying is, what you do don't make you a. It's not what you do; it's how you do it. If you had sex with me and my partner, then it's just different because you didn't know. And if you didn't know, then it's good. But if you know and you going from friend to friend to friend, that's some whole shit. Period.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So my definition, just talking about a woman that's a hoe. I think it's all about her mentality, honestly. So I'm trying to think of how to put this. So I mean, yeah, I guess you say if a woman's promiscuous, she jumping from one man to one man. I think it's all about how she feels about herself. If I feel like if she's doing it because she's trying to get something fulfilled and some kind of emotional thing, and she letting everybody run through, and it's kind of like just being reckless type of thing. Yeah, she's a hoe. But now what happens if you run across a woman who she just likes sex? She don't have a man. She don't want a man. She don't want a husband. She likes to have her variety. She don't give a damn what you call her. Like, is that still a hoe? Or is that just a woman who she knows what she wants?
She's still a hoe. Because if she let, listen, let me tell you something. You like sex, right? Say you like sex. You like, man, I do what I want. I'm grown. I pay my own bills. The first thing women do is they talk about their achievements to try to downplay their activities. Your achievements have nothing to do with your activities. Oh, I got my own spot. I got a new car. I just bought a house. Okay, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this: if you come over and you let me and my partners run you. I don't care how you try to put it. We just ran a train on you. You a hoe. That's some hoe shit. This is what I would like for women to do. Yeah, I'm good. This is what I would rather for women to do. Just say, I don't care. I do whole shit, but I don't care. And just don't try to defend it. Don't try to defend what you're doing. I'm not gonna if I'm a player and I say, look, I'm a player. I'm a motherfucking Mac. I'm gonna be like, nigga, I'm a Mac. Either you deal with it or you don't. Stop trying to be something, but then run away from the title of what you are. I respect a woman who say, look, this I do what I want. Yeah, I do some whole shit and I don't care. Women don't want to say, hey, I just don't care. I don't care. Just say you don't care, but don't try to say, oh, well, no, I'm not. I'm still a wholesome lady. No, we just ran you. 4 niggas,
Mm-hmm.
big dick niggas. We just killed you.
Mm-hmm.
Just be who you are. And people are going to respect it. Listen, I had a friend. I'm going to be real quick. I had a friend. He was gay, but he hid it. And I told him, I said, listen, bro, you notice we don't talk about Twan? He was like, nah, y'all don't talk about it. I said, you know why? Because he's okay with who he is. He's let you know, bro, I'm gay. Nobody talks about the man that's gay who doesn't care that he's gay. Nobody talks about Suki Hana because she doesn't care. But we're gonna talk about Ashanti if she act like she's not a hoe. But we don't care if you a hoe. We don't talk about Little Kim being a hoe and sucking dick. She be like, nigga, I suck dick. So what? We don't care. We only care when you try to say you're not something that you are. And that's it. If you're gay, be gay. I told my little cousin, you gay, be gay. He's gay now, right? Nobody in the family talks about him. Nobody bothers him. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But my other cousin that's trying to be in secret, oh yeah, we own his neck. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, be who you are, and nobody cares, man. Just be you. If you do whole shit, just be like, yeah, I did it. I don't care. Period.
Okay. Okay. So okay, here's another question. Since I have a man on the panel, again, everybody who just tuned in, I will open the panel up in a few minutes for other people to jump on. The topic is what makes a woman a hoe. That is the topic. Now I'm wondering, if a woman in her early days, maybe even just a few years after, before you met her, was this title of a hoe, you know, um, could she be reformed? Could she not be a hoe anymore? Could her reputation be, you know, I don't know, I forgot what the word is, but basically her reputation can be saved, even if people around and about know who she used to be. And as a man, would you give her a chance?
Me as a young man, fuck no. You a hoe. We ran you. No. Honestly, no. Me as an adult, and I had to unlearn and relearn a lot of my young
Okay.
childish behaviors. It depends. It depends on what she done. Now, if she was a prostitute and she was doing this and doing that, pretty much no. We all know one thing about ex-hoes, they're cheaters. Okay?
Hmm.
They still are cheaters. They still need the dick. They're promiscuous. They're out there. But anybody can change. Anybody. So I've seen people find religion and maybe God, and a lot of women is convicted of their thing. I know plenty of women is like, you know what? I am so convicted of what I used to be, what I used to do. That's not who I am. But I'm gonna just tell you like this. I don't care what a woman did in her life. There's a man out there. If she's beautiful, she's attractive, if she's whatever, there's a man out there that's gonna take you in. That's gonna want to be with you because there's some, and he might be a low insecurity dude. He might not be the man you want because a man that got options ain't gonna accept that. Like they say that 10%, that high 10% of the men, no, you can't fuck with him. But there's definitely somebody that's gonna mess with you. There's definitely somebody that's gonna be like, you know what, I don't care about your past, I love you, and maybe he just was a guy who never had a pretty girl like you. And he's gonna accept you. So there's a comeback for everything, man. I came back
Mm-hmm.
from having felonies. I'm not a felon no more. There's a comeback from anything in life. And I would never tell nobody you can never come back. You can never have nobody that loves you. Anybody tell you that, they're full of shit. You can come back from prostitution, from being a hoe, from being a felon, from anything in your life, you can come back. You might have to move, but you can come back.
Got to move away from people that you got to have a new start, right?
You gotta just switch your crowd. I can't.
Uh-huh.
I'm not around the crowd of my homeboys that I used to be around. You feel me? I'm doing square shit now. I took out the
Hmm.
gold tee. I can't be. So I'm saying if she was a hoe, she was a prostitute, she might have to change her environment, get new friends, get new people who's not gonna judge you. Because people that feel they know you is gonna judge you the hardest.
Hmm.
A stranger's not.
Now, I've had some friends that are reform hoes. I've had friends that are reformed strippers. I've had some friends that are reformed adult entertainers. You know, the movies and all that. And one thing I've noticed is when they do want to change their life around, it's like even if they get out of that industry or get out of that setting, you know, it takes them a while for that hoe to get out of them. It's like just because you're not a stripper no more, don't mean don't have those stripper tendencies. So I think that's what, like, if when I've had male friends, they're like, oh, I'm dating this stripper or whatever, or she stopped. I say give her some time, because that's who she is. So I think I think people can change, but it takes them understanding why they need to change and how it's going to better their life. And but it's a risk. I mean, even like with the dudes, if you dealing with a dude who's used to having multiple chicks all over all the time, and all of a sudden now he wants to put a ring on your finger, and he's really trying to be with one chick, it's like he has those memories and he still has that game in him. That's a risk, you know. You
No,
muted.
no, you're
Mhm.
you're definitely no, you're definitely right. Like that's what I was saying. Like it it's not something you can just trust. Like me, the good thing about me is I did a lot of shit when I was young. I was a whole ass nigga since 13. I was in the projects, getting it in. So I wasn't a late bloomer. And the good thing is about not being a late bloomer, a lot of times you just do everything and you just get tired. But
Yep.
for a man who didn't get women at around 25 until he got 25 or until he got a job in his late 30s, he gonna enjoy himself. But a woman, I just think that I just think a hard life affects a woman more than it affects men. Men, when we go through hard lives, it's kind of like part of our process. Like we're men, especially an alpha male. Alpha males be like, hey man, this is what comes with it. But I think a woman carries a lot of baggage, and that's the thing about women. Whether she been a hoe or not, a regular square woman, you guys carry baggage. So if a woman been a prostitute, she's been raped, she's been a hoe, she's been misused. You guys carry a lot of baggage, and you guys bring it from. It's kind of like you guys keep the fucking spirit of the last 20 dudes you guys been with, and y'all hold it and y'all bring it with you. So that's why I say for a man like me, I can't deal with a woman that's a prostitute because she got a lot of issues. And I'm in a part of my life where I don't want to be dealing with somebody who have a lot of mental issues, and I just think a lot of them do.
Mm, okay. I mean, I think talking about unpaid hoes, just like women who are just promiscuous out there. Um, Me personally, just my observation in life, I kind of feel like, okay, so let me go back. So I've been seeing videos or little clips on social media where women are kind of like, single women are kind of like, I don't want to, it's so hard out here being single and the dating pool sucks, but I won't be a hoe. I don't know if you've seen those videos or anybody else, where it's kind of like that kind of struck something in me. It's kind of like, a lot of good women are out here and they trying to be with one man. They're trying to focus on one dude, or they're trying not to mess with a whole bunch of dudes, trying to get something serious. And it seems like they keep on running into the same dudes. They just want to play. They just want to lie. They just want to manipulate. A lot of women just say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do what they do. I'm gonna be a hoe." And then also it's like, as a woman, when you're dealing with one dude sexually and you're focused on him, hoping it goes somewhere, and your heart is getting into it because you're only dealing with one dude. Sometimes if you deal with two dudes, it don't hurt so bad if one dude messes you over. So I think some women do that. I don't know if men do that too, where you got two. So it's like, okay, you want to play games with me? You want to try to break my heart? Well, guess what? My heart can't be broken because I'm already doing something. Then they probably won't say that, but it hurts worse when you're dealing with one dude and he messes you over. What's your response on that? What you think about that?
That's why I say it affects women different. You got two dudes now, right? You get
Uh-huh.
pregnant. You don't even know who your baby daddy is. This is going to
Hmm.
affect your child. If you're the type of woman that doesn't believe in abortion, which a lot of women does, they don't believe in abortion, and they want to have their kid, especially if it's their first time being pregnant. She says, you know what? I'm not going to kill my kid. But now she doesn't even know who the baby father is. Women put themselves trying to be men. You guys are not men. Stop saying I'm gonna do what a man do because you can't. You operate on a different system. So now you got two dudes, and now you don't know who the baby daddy is. Now you have shit creep. And then another thing is, women catch STDs way faster than men, way faster. You guys got the open womb, so now you want to play our game, and now you burning or you whatever because you got two different dicks going up into you, and you don't even know if one of the dudes' dick is dirty or dick. Women, you guys can never do what we do, just like I would never do what a woman do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to act like a woman. Men don't say, "Oh well, a woman doing it, so I want to act like a woman." We don't. That's stupid. Oh, women, y'all say, "Oh, I've been hurt so many times. I want to go sleep with Keisha, and I'm going gay." A man will never say, "Oh, I've been hurt by three women. I'm gonna go suck some dick." We don't do stupid stuff. Y'all don't have logic. So what I'm
But you
saying is,
guys, but I've seen men turn savage though, where it's like they were somewhat decent dudes, but because they've been hurt and it really did something to them, they just turn savage and they don't trust any woman, even if it's a good woman in front of them.
them niggas with mama issues. They got mommy issues. I ain't never
Hmm.
turned savage because some woman hurt me. What I did was jump up and went on into the next brawl. Now you can be a little bit more cautious or what I'm just so savage because LaDonna hurt me so bad. And that's a beta male. An alpha
Hmm.
male, we don't rock like that. A woman do some fuck shit, she did some fuck shit. We operating in our own system the way that we gonna rock anyway. If I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe, and it had nothing to do with you. If I'm not trusting women, I just don't trust them. Period. Each individual, I trust each individual as they come. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that with men. Oh, well, my last homeboy wasn't cool, so nah, man, man, come on, man. People are who they are. If you a hoe, don't come to me and say, "Oh well, my last two dudes hurted me, so now Xavier, I'm on some hoe shit, and that's why I was a hoe with you." I'm gonna be like, "Nigga, you was just a hoe, cause you was a hoe. Don't give me no bullshit." You feel me? And a lot of good women can't find good men. You know why? Because you guys believe in this white man system. You gotta understand. You gotta go into polygamy. Listen, there's 2 million more black women than there are black men. There's no way possible for every black woman to have her own man. If you said every black woman say, you know what, I'm gonna give you your own black man, you, it's not enough of us to go around. And it's also due to death, incarceration, and just even if we wasn't dead or die, I mean, even if we wasn't dying and incarcerated at the rate that we are, it's still not enough black men to give you your own. Y'all gotta understand, man. We gotta go back to Africa with this, man. You feel me? For real. And if you get your own black man and he's good, you are lucky. You need to love him and you need to protect him. You need to encourage him. You need to do everything possible. There's 2 million more black women than there is men. There's not enough of us to go around. Some of
So
y'all
what
gonna have to
about
shut.
so what about people who are saying, okay, well, okay, statistically, there's 2 million black women and 1 million black men. How do you feel about black women going and dating non-black men?
I don't care. I
Because
never
that's a
care.
solution. That's a solution also. Because now it opens up
Hey,
the dating
hey,
pool
hey,
with.
hey.
Go ahead.
I don't care. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen a black woman dating out her race and cared ever. I might see a
Mm-hmm.
black woman dating out. I'm like, damn, he got a bad one, or he got a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful one. I don't. I honestly, I don't. I really don't care because at the end of the day, I just know race is really part of the matrix, and I gotta be a part of it because I live in it. But I just know all this stuff that we're doing as human beings, we're making up. You know what I'm saying? We're all human beings, and at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a black man. I'm gonna operate in the matrix the way that a black man needs to operate. But I never cared. So if you want to go get some of that pork, go get you some pork. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. It doesn't matter to me if that's how you feel. I would never date out my race again. You know, I'm not. I did it. I'm not comfortable with it. I think black women are the most beautiful women in the world, and I would never do it again. I was uncomfortable, and even when I was dating out my race, and I see some beautiful black women, I'd be like, "Damn, I want to be over there." So, but that's my personal opinion. It's nothing wrong with it. A black man date out his race, man, that's what you do. You. So I hate people that judge people for wanting to date out their race, like, or they're doing what they do. Me, I have a preference now. I had to go through things to get this preference, but I don't care. If that's what you want to do, then do it. If you don't mind him calling you a nigger when y'all get mad, then shit, be his nigger. I don't care. But I don't want to do it, but I don't care
Yeah.
neither.
Hmm. Well, the panel is open. I put the link in the comments. If anybody else want to pull up and give their opinion on what makes a woman a hoe. Now, I would truly believe that the standards of men and the standards of women are different. And it's not that I believe it, I know it. You know, and let's go back to how not every young black man, but I know a lot of young black men that I have ran across, my friends, or just having conversations with, that when they were younger, they had maybe an older cousin, older uncle, older brother, old father, who at a really young age, 12, 13 years old, was teaching this young black man about women, and teaching them about having multiple women, not really even teaching them how to treat them right. It's all about how to have the best game to get into their panties. I've even heard of stories about, boys young as 13, 14 years old being led in a room with other dudes and being somewhat forced to have a train run on a young lady. So that's training a man, especially a young black man, at a young age to look at a woman a certain way. And then you have black women, and I can't speak for every black woman. For myself, being raised, we're taught to don't open your legs, don't do these type of things. So now you have this black man who was taught to have this game and to get as many panties as possible. Then you have this young black girl who's told not to do those things, and they meet, and a lot of hurt starts to happen because he's looking at her in a certain way and she's trying to be a certain way. Versus now, again, everybody's out. This is how I was raised. I know there's some chicks out here, their moms don't care. And at 12 years old, you can go spend the night over a boy's house. I was raised differently. But the simple fact is, I've heard so many of these stories about these young black boys being introduced to sexual activity, basically. And then when you really talk to them, it's like they were scared and they felt like they didn't have a choice because they wanted to get this type of badge of manhood thing with the older siblings or the uncles or whomever. It's really sad. Now, what's your opinion on what I'm saying right now?
I think there were some details that's a little bit left
Go
out.
ahead.
We was always raised that women has always been raised to be like, oh, love yourself. Don't give a boy your goodies. Your virginity is special. This, and this. Boys was always raised, you can never hit a girl. Don't put your hands on a female. I wasn't, and that's how I was raised, being when I was a Baptist and I was in church. As you get older, yes, you did get older men, but like get as many panties as you want. But also, what you missed a little bit is women is also raised to, oh yeah, make sure he do this and make sure he spend that money and make sure you go get them dollars. And if he ain't got no money, girl, you leave him and don't be with no broke man. So there's toxic on both ends because a lot of women are being raised toxic. Like even right now, 2022, I feel sorry for my son
I
because
do too. Yeah.
every woman at the barbershop, these girls expect a 16-year-old boy to be a baller. Or you ain't got no money. And everybody be like, oh, well, older men is messing with these young girls. These young girls is literally running to older men because they being raised to chase some money at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now you got an 18-year-old dating a 45-year-old man. He's a pervert a little bit. And she's a gold digger because she's thinking, I need the bag. So I just think that it's bad on both ends. Is with young black boys and young black girls. I have little cousins, they prostitutes at 17, 16, and they be like, oh, well, I ain't gonna go to jail. I give me a ticket. I'll be right back out there selling me some coochie. And guess what?
Mm.
That man is gonna go to jail for having sex with a minor. But since I know I have no consequence, I'm gonna do what the hell I want. And this is the mentality of young girls because they know they can't get in trouble. So they don't care about going. I done been in a club with girls I know personally, little sisters. They be 17, 18, and I done been in the club. She looking like a grown woman. She thicker than her mama. And I'm like, what y'all sisters? Oh, shut up. Get out my business. And she's in the club with high heels on. Because to the law, ignorance to the law is no excuse. So regardless if you met her in a club, you met her being a prostitute, as a man, you're going to jail for having sex with a minor. So, but women don't care because why? These girls have no consequences. So what I'm saying is when I was raised and I got caught in the back of the church kissing a girl, guess who they blame? The boy. If a boy and a girl get caught having sex, nobody blames the little girl. Nobody says this little girl invited this boy over there to the house and he came in the house and had sex and now the daddy called him in the house or the mama called him in the house having sex. Oh, the little boy manipulated her. When I lost my virginity to a girl who was my age. And she was already having sex with boys 4 years older than her, and she taught me how to have sex. So a lot of people don't talk about this. A lot of young girls, women are what 3, 4 years more mature than men. You get what I'm saying? Men fully develop. Men are fully mature, fully mature and developed at what 43, 41. Women
Oh
are fully
goodness.
mature and developed. Listen, women are fully mature and developed at 35. We're 6 to 7 years behind you guys. Why you think the little girl at 15 got a job at Taco Bell and the little boy at 15 ain't doing shit with his life? You guys has always been ahead of us. Like I said, I lost virginity to a girl my age who was already having sex with older men, and she taught me what to do because I didn't know shit.
Mm. Real quick, hey Jack Spade and Big Dog Philly. Thank you, Big Dog Philly, for what you did, what you posted. So now I
I
mean,
can't see their
when I
comments.
oh well yeah, if there's a comment thing, a little bar thing. If you press it, you can see it, or
Oh, okay.
it goes across. Yeah. So
Oh,
now going like to my generation, I'm almost 40
what the
years old.
hell?
Huh? So I'm almost 40 years old. And I mean, I know there was some fast ass girls back then and fast ass boys back then too. But I feel like what you just described, this newer generation, it's crazy.
Hey,
It's really
somebody.
crazy. And it's like, I feel like this is a generation where
Uh,
like being a hoe is more kind of celebrated than being a woman who's
it
trying to
is.
have some type of like class and virtues and stuff. Like for a woman, like I have a friend who I think she went like 2, 3 years being celibate, and it wasn't anything religious or anything. And she just kind of like, I don't want to, I don't want to give myself to anybody. She was dating here and there, and I was even shocked. That shouldn't be a shock if a woman wants to do that. But this day and age, if a woman says that, it's kind of like, what's wrong with you? What's going on with you? But then on the other hand, if a woman's too promiscuous, then she's being called a hoe. So it's just it's and then the hoe's a negative thing. Men will be with a hoe, but won't put a ring on it or take it serious. So it's just a different kind of world we in. And I
Right.
believe there's more hoes out there than there are good women.
Of course, there's more hoes out there than there are good women. You got to think about this. They got hoes talking bad about good women because they got regular jobs and be like, I got more bags than you. I'm doing better than you, bitch, with your regular 9 to 5, and this bitch selling pussy, so she can talk bad about a normal woman who's got a regular job just because she got more money and she home and she thinks she better. Times has changed. We all know that.
Hmm.
Everything changed. You feel me? So that's why I say I don't judge nobody, but just be who you are. If you a hoe, be a hoe. Stop trying to act like you're not a hoe. You're a hoe.
Hmm.
You feel me? If you this, if you that, just be who you are. And that's
Hmm.
it. Don't nobody mess with anybody that's in their truth. If you in your truth, don't nobody come for you. It's when you trying to hide who you are and you lying. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Just be who you are. If you You a hoe, you a hoe. And we all know there's a lot of hoes. Could a good girl do hoish things sometimes? Of course. Of course.
Yeah, yeah,
But
a
I
little
don't think
bit.
it's a well, I don't know. Hold on. Let me take that back.
Or it
Because
could be
maybe
just fun
yeah,
stuff. Just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
It don't
I had a
have to
little
be
bit too
hoish.
much.
Yeah.
I had a little bit too much
Right,
Hennessy
right,
tonight. He cute and
right.
he cute. Ooh, you know.
Hold on, he cute and he cute. What you mean he cute and he cute? That's a train. What you mean he cute and he cute? That's a train. The fuck? Hey, these comments is vicious, ain't they? This is my first time on the platform. Somebody, hey, let somebody say some nothing about that boy is heterosexual.
Hey, Sun Kiss, you want to pull up Sun Kiss? I dropped the link
Uh,
in the
oh my
comments.
god, these people, these
Let's see,
people,
I'll
god
drop it
damn,
again. Let's
what
see,
the hell
let's see
wrong
how
with
I
these
do
people?
this. All right, all right. Let's see. I'm gonna drop the link again. You guys want to come up on the panel? There we go, right there. All right. I do this right there. All right.
All
Yeah, I
right,
know. Go ahead.
do you disagree though? Like what did I say that you may have disagreed with?
About anything you said tonight?
Yes, be honest.
Now, now, again, I mean, kind of like the comment I made about a lot of the stories I've heard about the young black men and how they lose their virginity, and the story that you told about this young woman who took your virginity. Um, I not saying one issue is more important than the other, but I still kind of feel like as women, if you have the right kind of the right kind of women at home teaching you, is like we're as girls, even if you do that kind of stuff at a young age, it's like we're still kind of taught different versus I believe in the black community how young men, not all of them, but a lot of young black men are taught and are taught to look at women. I think that kind of trickles into their adult life also. That's just how I feel. You know, let's see. Sunkiss is on the panel. Hey, Sunkiss.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Were you listening to the topic? You there?
Oh, my bad. What
It's all right.
what what is a hoe? Is that like what? Is that it?
What
I
makes
don't
a
know.
woman a hoe?
What makes her a hoe? Well, depends on who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, it's just gonna be somebody that's selling sex,
Mm-hmm.
and for other people, it's gonna be body count, and for some people, it's gonna be behavior, and some people, it's gonna be body count and behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on who you're talking to.
That body count is kind of tricky because if you were like real promiscuous and experimental in your young age, and now you in your mid 40s and you got a few hundred underneath you, but you slowed down. I
Uh oh.
mean, you
I think I
still
just
stamped
fucked
as
up.
a hoe?
You don't think 100 for a woman is a lot? 100 bodies, 100 different men that ran up in you. You don't think that's a
Oh
lot?
shit, I can't hear nothing.
So if a woman
I
has
done
slept
fucked
with a
up.
hundred dudes, okay,
Hold
just say
on.
she's 50. I'm gonna put it
Uh
up a little bit. 50 years old. She
shit.
changed her ways for the past 10 years, but she still got 100 bodies. Is she stamped a hoe for the rest of her life?
At 50, we don't care no more. Ain't nobody checking for her.
Okay, 45.
Bring that down to 40.
40. She 40 years old, got 100 dudes. She started having sex at 13.
Hopefully she got snap back. Hopefully she got that snap. You know what I'm saying? I would say this: if a woman out there that have 100 bodies, I would say don't tell your man or your future husband that
Ever.
ever, ever,
You're like,
ever.
I just have five.
That ain't none of his business no way. Shit. Tell him man, that ain't none of their business.
Hold on. So it ain't your husband's business to know about your past.
It ain't hell no. What you need to know for?
Okay. So would you want to know about your husband's past and what he's
Hell no.
been
All
like?
I want to know is the dick clean? That's all I need to know.
Hey, to each their own, right? Hey, you know what? Some people, if that's how you operate, ain't nothing wrong with that neither. That's cool too. You know,
Like
if everybody goes, oh, go ahead, man.
how does knowing that what does that do to enrich my life in any way?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why it'll help you out. For instance, like she said, what if you dated somebody that was like for me, if I dated somebody and she was a prostitute back in the days, it tells me about her. You know how many black women, and this is the only type of gays that I
Yeah,
may
that's
have.
different. Yeah, if
Oh,
she was a
oh,
prostitute.
no, but when I'm saying, listen, this is the only type of gays that I disagree with. I don't believe a man that dated other men should date women, especially not let them know. Because I don't think that's cool. If you bisexual, you should let that black woman know that you're bisexual. So there's been plenty of women who didn't know about a man's past life and he passed on HIV to her. And I don't get down with them type of black men. Like you don't do that to a woman. So there's
Yeah,
plenty of women that ask no questions and now you're dating a dude who was with a dude when he was living in Atlanta. And I don't think that's cool.
but I thought we was talking about body count though. Like,
No, that's a
of
body
course, if
count though.
you've been
No, we
switching
talk.
partners, I want
No,
to
no, we
know
talk.
that.
No, we talking. But you said you don't care about his past.
Well,
I'm
I
saying,
meant body count. I
yeah,
meant body count. You know,
but
what?
that's still when you talking about people past, you still want to know about them, and people will tell you a lot of stuff. And I'm just saying, I don't know, I don't know.
I mean, I
I
think
want to.
something should be shared. Like I don't like to hear a whole bunch about like a dude I'm dating. I don't like to hear a whole bunch about his past or have him continuously talk about an ex or just throw in some sexual stuff he did with his ex. I don't want that, but but part kind of wants to know
Who
sexually
seen if you get the link?
how experienced he is. So then I kind
Yeah.
of know how to come at him. Like so part of me kind of wants to know, and I ask questions when I want the answer, but don't voluntarily tell me, oh, with Susie Q, we used to do this, this, this. I don't want to hear that. But if I'm curious about how experienced this dude is, so then maybe I could put him on my see like how are we at the same level? Am I a little bit more than him? A little bit then? I want to know that kind of stuff. But body count, I don't. I mean, I can kind of most dudes, if you talk to them, they can kind of tell you if they were wild or not in their younger days or before they met you, and you can kind of just assume it's gonna be a lot of women.
I mean, if you into some weird shit, of course, I think that's something you should disclose. But if you slept with 200 bras, I don't need to know that. Please
No,
keep
I don't
that
need
to
to know a
yourself.
roundabout number.
I don't need that for what? It don't do
Mm-hmm.
nothing for me. Just let me like, what does that do for me? It don't do nothing for me. That was you slept with them, and that don't do anything for me. But let me know that the penis I'm getting is used. That's so it's like used car.
Got mileage.
I,
Woo car.
I do got I do got to be biased though. I just think that body count for men is different from when it's when a woman, and I'm biased, yes, but I'm biased. So there's things I think women can get away with that men can't. So I'm biased. I think a body count for a woman means something. I think for a man it doesn't. And I mean, maybe it's unfair, but it's just different. Our body counts
Look,
really
my
don't
body
count.
count don't mean shit neither. Cause whatever I tell you, that's what the answer is. So I mean, shit, I can tell you I'm a virgin. I lost my hymen when I fell off my bike. Whatever. You don't know. When like, I don't get it. I think people weird. It means what? It means what? That I like to have sex? It means that I don't like to have sex? It means that you're pure. Well, purity is determined by the damn STD check. Okay, that's where the purity is tested. Most people, adults, are sexually active. Okay, I already know this. I don't need to know if you slept with 23 or 2,000. Look, keep that shit to yourself. I don't know why people want to tell people unnecessary information. Don't make no sense to me. This is unnecessary. People make shit complicated for no reason. So you had great conversation. You know, y'all get along well. It's chemistry there. And then she said, "Oh, I've had 3,000 sex partners."
Damn.
Oh hell no, bitch! I got to go.
You know what I realized? I realized men, it's a turn off for a man if a woman is more sexually experienced than him. That's why a lot of women just keep. You saying no?
I don't. I mean, if she's way more nasty, there's some nasty. I mean, I done been with a girl. She thinks she's more experienced because she's way more. Just do some nasty shit I'm not into, and I'm just like, you're not more experienced. You just nasty as fuck. That's it. You know what I'm
Here's some
saying? I'm not.
mouthwash.
Yeah, just nasty. Like, so people be, oh, I'm way more rawer than you because I'm nasty. No, you just disgusting. So being
Mm-hmm.
disgusting doesn't mean you more experienced. Now, if she's experienced and she can put it on me, nah, get me sprung. Fuck that.
What
Put it
you
on
mean
me.
by nasty?
I met. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you something that's nasty to me
Oh
that
God.
probably ain't. Uh, I done been with a girl after we done been together for a while. She thinks it's okay that she can have sex on her period. I'm like, you're nasty. I would never do that.
Oh yeah,
So
that's a little nasty.
that's nasty. I know some girls dated guys before, and the guy wanted his butt ate. Like, no, you're nasty. Like, I'm not doing no shit like that. That's nasty. So just because I won't do, you ain't licking my butt and I ain't having sex on a period. Oh my God, I'm just more experienced. No, you're not. You're just nasty. That's just
Hmm.
to me. To me.
So, Xavier, have you ever been married?
Yep. I was married for 6 days.
What in the what?
I thought you were gonna say 6 years.
Nah, days. I was with her for 10 years though, but we was married for 6 days, and you know
This
you can
man
be,
said he was married for 6 days.
yeah, married 6 days. Yeah.
What happened?
I tried to marry my kid's mother. I thought that with all the complications and the things we was going through, maybe if we just get married, it'd be right. You know the stupid shit people do. But I was
Yeah.
young then, so I got married. But then I got a annulment like 6 days later because I just ended it. I did it for the wrong reasons.
Oh. Well,
So it really don't count.
I was gonna ask you. So, if it's a husband and a wife, and
Right.
they into some nasty stuff, or one of them's in some nasty stuff, or
Right.
is that different from what you're saying when you're saying, "Oh, she just nasty," and oh, I'm not gonna do that kind of stuff. I think if it's between a husband and a wife or a serious relationship, I don't feel it's nasty. I
And
feel if two
listen,
people like
listen.
it.
Listen, if you two want to piss on each other and y'all together, there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't bring that shit. I'm just saying if I'm dating somebody, you're not pissing on me. So I don't care. I'm not saying it's nasty for anybody to do it. Let me just take that back. It's just something that I'm not doing. It's just something that I'm
Right.
not into. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take that back. That's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? You're not pissing on me and I'm not pissing on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into that. So if that's sexy to you, if that turns you on, then that's kudos. I'm just not the person sexually for you. Go get that
Mm-hmm.
sexual person that likes to piss on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
All right. All right.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder why people be getting what? Getting chlamydia and gonorrhea and all this other weird shit. Y'all doing some stuff that just ain't cool. You know? I don't know. Women are nasty. Y'all put it in y'all butt and then suck it off the nigga's penis. Like y'all, that's just too much.
No,
That's
sir.
okay, but I know some girls that say that ain't nothing. That's normal.
That's what's that thing? That's what is it called? That stuff that you get from that fecal matter and stuff like they get up people get in restaurants. That sickness, E. coli.
Right.
That's how you get E. coli.
I'm just saying to me and you, it can be nasty, but to somebody else, nigga, that drives them, that turns them on. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
they can go ahead and do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, somebody will call a girl a hoe for just being nasty. She ain't even slept with a lot of people, and I'm saying she's not a hoe. So it
Mm-hmm.
ain't it ain't what you do, it's how you doing, it's how you move. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You could have been super nasty with 3 dudes and did everything in the world to them. That don't make you no hoe. But now if you're just doing it to everybody, I mean
Means you're
everybody,
adventurous.
right? No, you a hoe.
You're adventurous.
Men are hoes too. We just don't have the consequences of y'all. See,
And
us being a y'all got
what
consequences for being
consequences
a
we
hoe.
got?
If it's known that you a hoe, and we know, let's just say we know your body count. Everybody knows how you get down. Everybody knows the last 30 dudes you done ran up in. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
well,
not fucking with you.
that ain't
We not
necessarily
fucking with
because
you.
she a hoe. That's because she's
All right,
stupid.
let me just give it to you. Let me give it to you clear. A guy that's a hoe, whether in high school or in the streets, he have a lot of women. He's one of the finest dudes walking around. Women will still pursue him. Women will still want to marry him. Women always want the man that everybody wants. That's
Not
just
me.
women's natural.
Not me.
But you know what I'm
Not
talking. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
There's a lot of
You
women out there be like thinking he's a prize, but I understand they're gonna get their hearts broken.
how we understand. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we all know for a fact
Mm-hmm.
women all go after the popular nigga in high school. Every
Mm-hmm.
woman went after the popular nigga. He done
Mm-hmm.
ran through 6 bras. Everybody's running after him. Everybody wants to be his girlfriend. But the hoe at school, we are only being seen with this bitch in the boys' locker room or after school at the house where we running her. We're not walking around school holding her hand. But a man that's a hoe and got hella women, women will still be seen on dates. They're going around. They still trying to lock him down. They trying to make him change. They still will marry him. Women, when y'all hoes, we not doing that. We calling your ass at 12:30 tonight, and that's it. Get fucked. We out. Yeah,
Mm.
your booty call. But with a man, he's a hoe and he's popular and he got a lot of women. Women
Yeah,
still
but he
want him.
only popular with certain women.
He popular with the baddest.
Yeah, but he probably ain't
The
popular
rest
with
one we
nothing
don't
he
care
want to
about.
marry.
The rest we don't care about. This nigga in the club every week, VIP, popping bottles, and he leaves with different broads all the time, and bitches are still giving up the number.
That's a
The
He
broad
different
that's
kind.
always got the
That's a
one that
different
got
kind of
away.
woman who. That's a different kind of woman who I think honestly hasn't matured and haven't looked at herself and found any kind of self love. Because I don't want to tire myself out running after no fine dude that I know is gonna be spreading his stuff all around. I don't have that energy no more. Like honestly, like I've been with some fine dudes. I've been with some dudes that I knew that were all around town. As
right.
the age
See,
I'm at now,
see,
but I wasn't trying to lock them down or anything. I was doing my thing and they doing their thing. That's just how it was. But now, wanting something serious, and I'm older, a fine dude don't move me. He don't move me. It's about how you
I'm just,
treat me, and period. You know?
I'm just saying, me being a hoe, and
Yeah.
everybody knows, and you being a hoe, and everybody knows, it's gonna be different. You're not gonna be respected. Men might call you bitches.
Yeah.
Men might grab on you without asking. Man, let me grab her ass. Men
Yeah.
gonna come at you in a different, disrespectful way. You just not gonna be treated. And I understand women say, "Well, why is it? Well, I should be." Hey, look, it's just the
No,
way of the world.
you pistol whip his ass. I bet he won't do that shit no more.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do that to the right dude though. Now you in jail.
No, I ain't there. You assaulted me by touching me. What the hell?
Yeah, but you
Pistol
can't
whip,
pistol
and if
whoop.
you decide you want to swing at me, I'm gonna shoot your ass. It's hot 9 for that ass.
Okay, do you got a CCW, man?
The fuck is the
Oh,
TTW?
I think she's in another. I
Exactly.
think she's in another state. I don't.
It don't
What
matter.
state you in,
Yeah.
Memphis?
That's carry and conceal. What that's sun kiss over there, right?
I'm
Huh?
listening to somebody in
Uh huh.
stream.
Well, listen, you just said you're gonna pistol whip
Oh,
somebody and shoot them, and I asked you, do you got a CCW? That means do you have the license to carry a gun concealed? So that's what I'm saying. And
What
if you
up,
don't, you're going to jail.
Jack
hey,
Spade? How
hey,
you
Jack
doing?
Spade. Hey.
I've been messing around with this computer for the past 10 minutes, so I don't even know what y'all talking about now. So I'm trying to catch up.
Right.
Now you said you listen to somebody else stream, right?
Yes, I'm on the
Now,
panel.
okay, now the dude that's
I'm a
been
mute
talking.
y'all.
I remember the first time I had my crotch grabbed in public.
What?
Yes, the first because you're talking about men grabbing on women, right?
Right,
So I think I
right.
was I old enough to drink? I think I was like 19 years old. I went to this bar in Southern California, this like club bar where they let people under 21 go in there, and it was packed. Like people were packed like sardines. And I was walking through this crowd, and somebody, I'm assuming a dude, grabbed my crotch. Didn't know, I couldn't. It was so fast, and so many people around me. I didn't even know who to point out. It was horrible. It was
That's
disgusting.
disrespectful. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
pervert.
and he
You
knew
don't do
that
no
I
shit
wouldn't know
like
who he
that.
was because there were so many people around me.
Right.
Yeah,
That's disrespectful. You don't do stuff like that.
for
That
real.
ain't
At
cool.
least,
So,
at least slip me a 20 or something in my back pocket. No, it wasn't a nice experience. What'd you say? Oh,
I
don't know
think
what happened. But
Is
I
that
can hear.
Leonard?
What'd you say?
Oh,
Is that Leonard?
hell
I
yeah, he got me. That's just one they call themselves Divine. It sounds like from Bossy Empress page. Gay as hell.
Well, why in the heck is Leonard calling from the cave? Why can't he get on the panel here?
what? Wait, for one thing, is
Easy.
he coming through Sunkiss?
yeah,
Yeah.
he is. My bad.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, Leonard. Fire up that Cox cable and get on the panel, man.
No. I'm okay. Me and Leonard needs to stay on his own channel.
All right.
Yes. But thank you, Leonard, for making 2 videos about me on Saturday. That was lovely. Out of the clear blue sky.
He
Um,
said, who are you?
he don't recognize my voice. He did a whole entire 2 videos about me on Saturday. He don't recognize my voice.
She said you don't recognize her voice. You did.
About everybody. Who is she?
He said he make
Okay, well
videos.
let him think about it.
Okay.
I ain't thinking about it.
Well, then
Oh
don't.
my God.
Then mute yourself, hang up, go to sleep, take your whatever that older people take when they go to bed. Anyway, so see, yes, yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
so anyway, back
ahead.
to it, yeah. Like I said, you can do certain things doesn't make you a hoe. And you can do certain and the way you do it where you just do it can make you a hoe. So like I said, it's case by case scenario. If you going to fuck up all the friends, fucking all the friends, then yeah, you doing some hoe shit. You selling pussy, you're a hoe. If you're a fucking stripper giving blowjobs in the back, you're a hoe. Period. You're just doing you're on some hoe shit. But like I
Could
said,
you
if
be
you're
a
a
stripper
woman,
and not be a hoe?
man, you a hoe. Period.
Strippers are hoe,
hoes.
period.
Strippers are hoes.
Okay.
Strippers are hoes, and that's why a lot of them hide and they go out of town to do they stripping or whatever. If your daddy can come in there and see you butt naked shaking pussy, you doing some hoe shit. Period. But I will say this: if you
You
met
said
a
if the
man,
daddy can see it.
what I'm saying is, most strippers don't go to certain. They don't do stripping in a city because they uncles, they daddies, and they brothers can walk in and see them doing it, so they go out of town to do it. Anytime you sneak in to do something, you already know you're doing something wrong. But like I said, if you're a woman and you happen to have a one night stand and you just randomly did it, that doesn't. I wouldn't call her a hoe. She's not a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with him on that one. Now I've caught up.
All
I was
right.
kind of put to the side when I jumped on with the other stuff, but now I'm on track now. I'm on track now.
Right.
The
Go ahead,
title
King, I'm
"hoe,"
listening.
the title "hoe" is actually based on public opinion. You can
Right.
have a person who has a track record of 25 dudes, but
Right.
if she's respected by her peers and the people on the fringes,
Right.
they're not going to consider her a hoe. But you take another person, she's only been with 3 guys, but she's not liked, she's not popular, she doesn't have that peer protection. She'll be labeled as a hoe, and it will stick. So a lot of times, someone being a hoe, even with their activity or non-activity, is really based on that public opinion and peer opinion.
Right. Well, and I agree with you, right? But this is what I would say: the person with the 25 bodies, no, she's not a hoe, and the person with the 3 bodies, and the reason why she could be a hoe because of the 3 bodies she got was all friends. She had sex with one hot partner, then she went to the next friend, then she crept with the next friend. So her 3 bodies makes her a hoe because it's all homeboys. So that's I agree with you. Neither one of them a hoe if they just did what they did. But if you want to go sleep with my friend, or you slept with my brother, and you slept with my cousin, or we ran a train on you, 3 niggas, you're a hoe. But if you just did it over the years, and no, I don't think you a hoe. So I agree with you, but I just think the 3 bodies being a hoe is because she slept with 3 homeboys.
Now I think you were saying some. Oh, let me see if I can remember. I was trying to write down notes before I had to goof around this computer again.
All right, take your time, King.
I think you had said, "Oh hell, I can't remember it now."
How y'all end
It
up
may
into
come
it?
back. I'm gonna pass on it right now.
Yeah,
It may
man,
come
take your
back to me.
time. When if you're coming
So
back to you.
I have a question real quick. So from being a woman and hearing men talk, and I have 2 men on the panel that could tell me if my views is correct. Now, when a woman has sex with a man on the first date, how much is that a turn off? Because wouldn't a man think if she gonna give it up to me on the first date, she's giving it up to a whole bunch of other people on the first date too?
You want to know what? I'm glad you asked that question because it actually helped me refresh my memory. But I'm gonna let the gentleman answer that one.
Mm-hmm.
Before he loses his thought, go ahead and say your thought.
Oh, it tied into people with a history who put their business out and pretty much advertise that they're a hoe. Folks don't know what their sexual history is or was, but when they put their business out there, they pretty much advertise, "Hey, I'm a hoe." And I
I
think you
can
had mentioned
agree.
something similar to that maybe about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Manny, what was your question?
About the first date thing. If a woman gives it up on the
Oh,
first date, does it
now
change
now
how a man respects her? And does he look at her like she's a hoe because she possibly been doing this? This might be in her pattern.
my 2 longest relationships came from the first day. It's like this. I was talking to a girl maybe 3 weeks, and we was talking for like 2 to 3 weeks on the phone. And the first time we went on a date, we had a hell of a date. I mean, we vibed all day, and we ate, kicked it, we went out. We did so much stuff that day, downtown riding scooters, and then later on that day, we just had drinks, and it just vibed that way, and it just happened
Yeah.
that way. Now, if I just met you in the club, I said something to you for 5 minutes, and then you just left the club with me. I banged you out in the car and then left. No, you on some whole shit.
Mm.
So I
Yeah,
just
I
think it's
think
Love
different.
Below said it is not always to sleep together on the first date.
I don't think so neither.
yeah, a lot of it depends on the guy. What
Right,
he see, what he
right,
believes of that person. One
right,
chick he can have sex with, like he said, on the first date, and
right,
he's cool with it. My man, he'll try another second date, third date, and
right, right,
they get like 30 days in.
right,
My man start catching feelings. Now the next
right,
chick B, he gets the draw as the first night. My man's ready to kick her to the curb because
right,
he wasn't feeling her like that from the get go.
right, right. Yeah, you 100% right, and that's just how it is. That's exactly how it is. What he just said is a perfect example.
So it's the roll of the dice. But when it comes to the woman,
It's a roll of the.
it's a roll of the
Yep,
dice because you could do it
yep,
with you could do it, and then the man still has respect for you. But if you do it with
right,
somebody else, then he basically, like you say, gonna start calling you only at 10 o'clock at night to come
right,
over.
right, right,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
right. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, he said it perfect, perfect. Yep, exactly how that goes.
Well, from my experience, I have kind of the the more I make a man wait, it seems like if he really likes me, because it's one or two things gonna happen if a woman makes a man wait.
Right,
Either he's gonna wait for her, and they're gonna get to learn each other in that process before sex is introduced, or he's really just after sex, it's not worth his time, he gonna move on. But I found that making the man wait, you know, it's kind of like, from my opinion, you get a little more respect. And making him wait does not mean he's not having sex with somebody else. It just means as that particular woman, she's not giving it up quite yet. And I kind of feel like if a woman really wants a serious relationship, make them wait a little bit. Not put like 90 days or put a day on it. But if it happens, it happens. If it's natural, y'all are there, y'all vibing, whatever. But try to wait as long as possible to try to see how he moves. Let him see how you move. And then it happens versus jumping in. Because sometimes you could have sex with somebody and the sex is so good, you stop really trying to learn who this person is. You focus on when's the next time we're gonna meet so we can do this and do that sexually. You know?
Yeah, but you know, even with that, that's a roll of the dice for a woman also.
I was just about to say that. Oh my God, that don't work.
Say that one more time.
I wouldn't say it don't work. It's a roll of the dice.
Right.
Roll the dice.
It may work with.
I tell you from the woman's perspective, me doing this, I've seen a difference if sex was introduced earlier versus if the sex is introduced later. And both of these men are interested. They seem like they're interested. It seems like for me, again, if the sex is good, that drive to get to know me is kind of, or to ask me those personal questions kind of goes away. You know?
I agree with Jack. It's the roll of the dice because honestly, with me, whether I waited or I didn't, if I like you, I like you. So I might put your ass in the friend zone and start talking about other relationships and getting advice from you about another woman. I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. 'Cause I done did both. And it really doesn't matter to me personally. I don't know about for anybody else, but making me wait makes it seem like it doesn't do nothing for me either or.
Yeah, I have to agree with him.
If I like you, I like you.
Because there's been times I've played the wait game just to get it and then kick the chick to the curb.
Pure on, gone, and it was trash. You making me wait for trash? Like the fuck? I waited for some trash. Like this shit is not even good. Like you suck, and I waited. I'm out. If I wait and it sucks, I'm out. Like I'm out. Like I waited for this. No reason why. The reason why you made me wait because you knew it was trash. You knew I wouldn't stick around.
In the process of you guys waiting, were you guys going on dates? Were you kind of doing that whole courting process, or you just basically touch bases once a week to see if she's still interested?
different scenarios. It's case by case. Some cases I did, some cases I didn't. Every case is not the same. Some women I just really was on her 7 days a week. Some cases I was bouncing. It's just case by case. For me.
I'm laughing because this is Sanctified Sunday. There's a couple. I played the game just to get it the first time with the intent of kicking her to the curb.
That's
I did that too. Told that ass up and bounce. Right.
Wow.
Yep.
And didn't feel nothing about it?
Say again?
Huh?
And didn't feel nothing about it?
Nope.
No.
And why didn't you feel anything about that?
It was a game to her, so I played the game because she was playing a game.
I have to agree with him.
It wasn't natural. Like you said, if you're just not feeling it and you're not in it, then that's cool. You like, I don't want to do that right now. That's cool. But if I know you intentionally doing that and you're playing a game, then I'm gonna play your game. And now I got it. I'm gonna knock that ass out and I'm out. Now go
I have to agree with him.
Go start over.
I have to agree with him.
Yep.
So in the process, so just say if you meet a woman and she's like, I want a serious relationship. That's what I'm aiming for. And so I want to wait off for the sex or whatever. And you guys are doing whatever you guys just said you guys have done. Do you guys tell her you want a serious relationship also, or you just don't even speak about that topic?
I'll try to figure out what she means by a serious relationship, because
boyfriend, girlfriend, committed relationship, we're just with each other.
Woman A, she has one idea, woman B has a totally different idea, and woman C is totally different than A and B. So it depends on what. Depends on what her definition of serious is.
Yeah. And for
Well,
me,
I just told you the serious is titles, boyfriend and girlfriend. You guys you guys are together, nobody else. You're in a committed relationship. If she's coming out the gate like that, like, listen, I'm gonna make you wait a little bit, and this is what I want. Would you guys lie? Basically, I'm trying to ask, would you guys lie to her to get what you want, or you just won't say anything?
I mean, it's the first day. I'm gonna just tell her like, "Hey, man, look, we'll see. As time goes on, we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna say my first time kicking it with you. Yeah, we're gonna be married. I'm gonna be with you, and I'm gonna love you so much. No, I gotta get your personality. You gotta get mine. We're gonna see. So it's case by case, and it also takes time to see if we're gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that on the first day. You're gonna be my boyfriend, girlfriend, circle yes or no.
But some people have goals. Like, it doesn't just because someone has a goal. You and I could go on a date, and I say, okay, I want to really get married one day, or I really want to have a boyfriend. That don't mean I want to be with you. But now I want to hear your goals. Because if your goal is like, well, I'm kind of cool just being single, now we already know. But if you just leave it up in the air, like, I don't really know what I want to do. To me, as being out here and knowing a little bit of game, when a man tells me that he can't even tell me what kind of direction he wants to go, not talking about just with me, just with himself in general, when it comes to a woman, then I know you just playing a game and you don't want to lock in, say anything to make me think that you basically try not to lie by doing that.
Now, how many weeks into this does she wants to start putting labels on folks?
Right.
I mean, for me, if I'm dating somebody, I would say maybe like like you guys are saying, it all depends. Because you can meet somebody and it could be just automatic. It's just kind of like this magnetic type of thing. But I say if it's just kind of flowing and seeing each other on a regular basis and communicating on the phone, I would say anything anywhere from like a month and a half to 3 months. 3 months being a kind of like 3 months. We need to figure out what we're gonna do. If we had 3 months and you're not really sure about me, I'm not really sure about you, and and I want something serious, then I'm gonna have to let you go and figure yourself out.
Is this before or after you gave up the sex?
I've dated men for 3 months and not had sex with them, and then
became their girlfriend.
Huh?
You became somebody's girlfriend before sex?
No. We were dating, and I wasn't really sure about him because he would do a few funny things and stuff, and I was kind of like, I don't really know. So I made sure I did not have sex with this person because I wasn't really sure about him. So when 3 months came along, I said, let's just part, because this is not cool. So in that story, I feel like me not having sex with him, it was easier for me to let him go and to shoot him on his way, versus if we would have had that sexual stuff, it would have probably been a little harder for me to make that decision.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've now back in the days, I used to give a woman 3 weeks. That normally is my make it or break it. Now this is not about having sex. This is just her personality.
Okay.
If I'm not feeling you with or without sex, you go on by that 3rd week. Now, if you're acting straight and I'm feeling you, I can do 6 weeks without sex. I can do 90 days if the person is playing her cards right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But for her, it's going to be a roll of the dice, because also this is Sanctified Sunday. If somebody else is kind of working their way in the picture, and that other person is a little bit more promising than what I've invested 60 days in, she may just get the boot.
Right. Because a girl that's way more active with me and way more like, hey, I got time for you, I want to kick it with you, we're doing more, she's going to steal me away. Potentially, not all the time, but it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guys have their dry streak, and for some women, if she catch a dude doing a dry streak, she might be able to squeeze 90 days out of him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's a dry? What do you mean?
A dry streak, if he just doesn't have any other potential in line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, how often does that really happen? Because I'm thinking
a lot.
Usually most men always have somebody lined up, even if it's just somebody they talk to once every few weeks.
You know what? Listen, real talk. I was working so much, and I was talking to this one girl, but since I was working so much and I was coming home and I was tired, I never even had the opportunity or time to even meet somebody else. And a girl got damn near 90 days up out of me just strictly talking to her. And she would talk to me while I was at work. When I get off of work, it was just strictly her. And like I said, it's a different type of dry streak, but I was dry. I didn't have nobody, didn't talk to nobody. And I went to work and I went home and I was saving up money. I was going on a vacation, so I wasn't in the streets. And I swear I talked to only her.
Yep, that's how it works. And then
That's how it works.
and then you have that window where I mean you just close your eyes and reach out and you're grabbing somebody.
Right, definitely, for sure. That one too.
So how many women can you guys have at one time and still be productive with your personal life, like work and all that stuff? How many women? What's a good number to have on rotation?
That's when I was younger. I can't do that shit now. But when I was younger, I probably did up to 7 people. But I went to the club from Thursday to Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was a club night. I was out there. So I was young though. That was 20. That was in my 20s, and I was making real good money. And then I first jumped in a barbershop, so I was making like $300-$400 a day at the barbershop when I was a barber then. So money was coming fast. Whatever I spent today, I go back to the barbershop the next day, I make that 300 back. So it was nothing. I was on a different date every night, for sure.
But now, being that young, women they weren't really asking for something serious, where they just wanted to be the person on your arm that night, right?
Nah, some of them was, but I'm from Sacramento, so I'm taking you to Roseville. I'm gonna take her to Galt. I'm gonna take her to the wine factory. Like, Sacramento's big. You can go so many different places out here. Then some of them just didn't care. Some of them was doing their thing, so we don't say nothing when we see each other. Some of them, it was mutual. I dated a lot of bisexual women. Some women was bisexual, so it wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's case by case scenario. It's just not a one way. You know, some women was cool with it. Some women I just kept a secret. You know.
Now, my first time, this was in my mid-20s, or kind of like I was actually 23. So I was able to get 3 women in 2 different states. And I just did it just to see if I can do it. The first one came, and then the second one kind of slid in, and then the third one slid in. And I said, man, let me see how long I can keep this up. That lasted for 4 weeks. After that,
it
became a drain. It was too much work.
Yeah, it's too much work. He right. It's draining, man. It's draining.
Because all 3 want that male attention from you. So they want your male energy. And you only got but so much in your tank, and you're trying to spread this with 3 different women. It gets mentally tough. And also if it gets expensive.
Hella expensive, and that's what made me quit. I looked at how much money I was spending, and it wasn't worth it. Ruth Chris with her, Scott's on the river with her, Station 16. I'm like,
ooh, I love Scott's.
Right, I love Scott's too, and I'm a restaurant person, bro. You think I'm at a little? This like BJ's is my McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? For real. So I love restaurants, but yeah, it gets expensive, and you look back like, damn, what did I just spend? You know.
So the first time it was 3, and I said, I'm not going to do this again. And then towards my late 20s, I found myself in it again. Same thing. It lasted for like 4 or 5 weeks, mentally draining and financially draining. I said, look, I told myself I wasn't going to do this again. This is it. I'm done. Then come my mid 30s, I'm at it again, but now I got 4. And I says, look, you promised yourself in your 20s you wasn't going to do this crap again. You've done this again for the 3rd time. Now you got 4. And then I was like, look, I need to make up my mind what I'm going to do here, because 40 is right around the corner, and I just can't I just can't be doing this. I can't be in my 40s doing the same crap that I said I was going to stop doing in my 20s and 30s. And I cut 3 of them out, and I actually got married to one.
Oh,
That's good.
now
Yeah.
does she know that you had 3 other women at some point in the relationship, or no?
The thing is, she got my last name, and she got the wedding ring, and she got the contract, so she don't need to worry about that other side stuff.
Hope she
Right.
don't listen to you on YouTube.
Right. Now he's right. He 100% right. That's how it goes. You know, as you
But
get
now,
older,
as
you
a
get drained.
woman, I can kind of sense that. Like if I'm seeing a dude, and it's like, for me, the telltale signs, and I could be wrong because I know sometimes as women we could go into our imagination. But for
Hella
me,
much.
it's like if a dude is usually talking to me every single night, and then if all of a sudden a few nights a week he falls asleep at 7:30, and I'll call me the next morning like, oh, I fell asleep. When I start seeing those kind of patterns, to me it's kind of like, okay, you must be seeing somebody else. Or if there's, and again, I'm not the type of chick where you got to tell me every little move you make. But when there's full days gone by and you can't tell me what you did in just regular conversation, how normal people do, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it must be another chick, because a man only has 24 hours in a day. Am I wrong for that?
It depends on what kind of job he got, though. If he work at night, he's definitely going to be, or he get up early like me. I'm about to go home and go to sleep. I got to get up at 6 in the morning to go to work. So I go to sleep early. I'm not a late bloomer. So it just depends. You know, it just depends. But if he doesn't, I don't know. It's case by case. It's always going to be case by case. It's not straight across for anything.
Yeah.
I think women are a bit more observant of men than men are of women. Men, we kind of give women a bit more leeway. So there's certain things that women can do that we'll miss. That if it was flipped, a woman would be like, I just saw that inconsistency.
Yeah.
He just did this, which is different than this.
Right.
And then you have the women, they see it, but they're like, look, I'm just gonna play denial. Even though I believe he's cheating because it's him, I'm gonna play denial.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree, man. For sure. I definitely agree with that. For sure. Yeah. So, man, case by case for everything to me. Being a hoe, is she a hoe or not? Case by case scenario. Everything is case by case. I will have to get more information. If somebody call, say, oh, she a hoe, I will need more information. Like, why is she a hoe to you? You know what I'm saying? What makes her a hoe? And then I will determine, nah, she ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? She just did her thing. Or I'll be like, yeah, she a hoe. For sure. Give me some too.
Now, speaking of the juggling the different women, so I was married at one time. It lasted for 7 years. We were together 6 years. North Carolina, you need to be separated for 12 months before you can file the paperwork. So marriage was actually 7 years and like 3 months. Now after that, I was in my 40s. I was 43, 44, 43, 44, somewhere around there. And I says, look, we're at this, we're in this arena again. Now I can do one or two things. I can resort back to the old way when I've already did the 3 and 4 women. I know how it is. There's nothing special, nothing different that's going to come out of it, or, pave a new path and do things a bit different. If I'm not satisfied with somebody, just go ahead and just dump her and find somebody else. Not hold on to this person. Don't be doing the Tarzan. So the Tarzan is when you hold on to one vine. I guess they call it monkey branching. Yeah, you hold on to one vine until you can get a good grasp on the other vine. Yeah. So I was like, either you go back to the old way, even though you said that you wasn't going to do that anymore, or you do it the new way. Just go ahead, just dump the person and move on to the next one.
And showing my face.
Yeah, I agree with him. I agree with Jack on that.
And in my 40s, I did just that. If I wasn't feeling it with the other person, I just let them go and then move on to the next person. a whole lot less headaches, a whole lot less lying and scheming and juggling here and forgetting names.
Right. Hey, I like that Tarzan concept though. You like that I never heard that. I'm gonna definitely
Monkey
use
branching.
It's
yeah,
monkey
yeah.
branching.
Yeah.
Okay, monkey branching. Yeah, I like that. I never heard that before.
Yeah, I used to call it Tarzan, Tarzan, and then when I heard monkey branch, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
And that's kind of messed up. This is messed up for the person who's being left, because it's like you don't really understand that the person doesn't really like you no more. They just keep you around to keep that for company until they find somebody new. That's messed up.
Now,
No.
there's one thing I've told both men and women. It ties into telling a woman that you love her or telling her what she wants to hear for the moment. Now, I've never told a woman that I loved her just to get the drawers.
Yeah.
But some women have asked me, do you think I'm special or something like that? Now, there's some women that I've said yes to and got the drawers. And there's some I said no. And I said, I guarantee you some of those women, when I said, no, I'm not feeling you that way, they left my place and went to some other dude's house.
Right.
And I also know there's some women who they did that to some other dude, and he told them basically, I'm not feeling you that way. And they came knocking on my door. So, I try to tell people, I said, that game, sometimes you're a winner in that game, sometimes you're losing that game. And that's, you being honest with the person, and they go knock on somebody else's door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it
I
happens.
agree. Well, I agree, because women ask for the truth. If you give them the truth, they can't accept it. So I agree with him 100%. Sometimes men, we not going to give you the truth because we know shit like that happens.
Okay, sure. I have a question just popped in my mind. So if a woman is dating a man and she wants something serious, he's coming saying that he wants something serious, and she's saying it too. They both are coming in saying we want something serious. Let's see how this is gonna go, right? But within a few weeks, the man is kind of dropping off and saying, "Oh, I want something serious." He's just kind of going with the flow. How long do you think a woman should wait before she realizes that he's changed? Maybe his what he wanted at the beginning has changed when it comes to her. How long do you think?
That's up to if she has the chutzpah to let the man go.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have some women, they're honest. Look, I'm tired of him. I need to let him go. I'm tired. I need to move on. And then next thing you know, they done stretched that another 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
True. I agree. Women can't
so in
let
a situation like that, would you recommend a woman letting him go or giving him some adequate time, like maybe 6 months? Or that's too long?
I would advise her to let the man go, but she has to put in the work to let that man go.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have that feeling for somebody, I mean that's a pain in your soul, letting somebody go. And maybe the guy was done with me, maybe the guy wasn't done with me, maybe he's just maybe he has some doubts, blah 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 blah. You got to be able to cut and stay cut.
Right. I agree.
And trust your decision.
Yeah.
Let it hurt.
Now,
you gotta let that shit hurt.
I have a term that I coined called a boomerang lover, where you let somebody go and they come back around. And now I've had so many men do this, where especially if we break up and it's not a bad breakup, it's just, listen, we're not going on the same track, I'm not feeling the same, whatever excuse that was used. So it wasn't anything terrible like cheating or abuse or anything. And it seems like men always, it's like this boomerang lover where they stay gone for 3 months, 6 months, a year, and they're going to boomerang right back. I usually always say no, because it's like, if I let you go for whatever reason, I let you go, usually that's still valid. Do women do that too? Are women boomerang lovers?
Hell yeah.
So they'll come back in another 3,
Yeah,
6 months, a year, just say, hey, what you doing? How was life?
Yeah.
See, I don't do that.
They
Once
they
we
of
they
gone, we
they
course.
gone.
There's no
they
difference.
they
Yes.
they got it. They're on their dry streak,
Mm.
Right.
and they be like, let me
Right.
see what Jack is doing. And when the phone rings,
Right.
I'm like, here comes this chick. I know what this is about.
Right.
I'm on a dry streak myself. I'm gonna get mine, and once I'm done, I'm gonna kick it to the
Right.
curb again.
And some women,
Mm.
you just have that. Y'all just. I ain't gonna lie to you. There was a time where me and a woman just had an understanding. If we was single, we gonna get it in with each other. Once one of us get in a relationship, it'll be cut off, and then we're back single again as both of us at the same time. We get it back in, and it was just a thing.
And there
We
was
just,
no feelings on either. There was no feelings on either side. I mean, when she got a man, you didn't give a damn. When you got a man, you could definitely say she
no,
didn't give a damn.
no. We that first time I call, I'll be like, "What's up?" She like, "I'm talking to somebody." I be like, "Oh, you asshole." But we remained friends. It was more of a shit talking joke than it was being mad at each other or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when we always double back. I remember a few times her and her dude broke up for 2 days. She doubled back. I tore that ass up. They got back together, and I called up. Like, "Oh, y'all back together, huh?" She like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, you asshole." And then I hang up, and we stay cool. We was just cool like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? We knew we didn't want to be with each other, but we would definitely fuck each other if we both were single.
So was it just sexual, or was it like you guys were going out to dinners and stuff like that, or just basically come over? That's it.
We went out to dinner. It was more like
Oh,
a friendly. I guess I can call it a friendly fuck. It was like
okay.
friends
Mm-hmm.
fucking,
Okay.
basically,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now
for sure.
you have those that'll tell you they're talking to somebody, but I'm just speaking for what I experienced,
Right.
and they talking about let's go to dinner. I'm like, hold on. Then I'm like, yeah, you wasn't talking to nobody, you lying. Blah, 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 blah. Now the ones that you think that they really are talking to somebody, they're just swinging over the house. They're not
Right.
talking about going to the movies or going out or
Nah. Yeah.
anything like that.
Dick appointment.
And I'll rub it in their face. They come knocking on the door. As soon as they come in, I'm like, I thought you said you was talking to somebody. Don't worry about that. That's none of your business. Mind your business.
Yeah. After we finish, I might talk some shit, but I ain't gonna give her no thoughts on backing out. Especially, I will be honest, and this is why I'm saying this. I done met a girl where, like I said, like you were just saying earlier, her sex was that good. So, like, any chance she called me and I was able to get it, I was jumping. I was like, nigga, her shit is fire. So, yes, I'm jumping every time. And she knew she had me because she had that voodoo. When they got that voodoo, you gonna jump. You know what I'm saying? Can I come over? Hell yeah. You can get something to eat? Yes. You give me a massage? Of course. Come on. Hurry up. I got gas money too. You want some gas
Oh
money?
shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, I do stay kind of far. Man, I am a gas money giving female Negro. I done pay for babysitters and the whole what? Yes.
Good for you. You guys are a lost breed
Oh no,
for
I'm gonna
real.
pay for that voodoo
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
No,
But it,
I'm keep going, keep going.
no, go ahead, King.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm just a shit starter. I'm like,
Right.
if you swing over, you swing over. I got to be to work at 6. So don't come knocking on my door at no 2 o'clock. You better be here
Right.
about 12. Now, if she
Right.
shows up at 12, I'll let her in. If she don't show up at all, I don't sweat it
Right.
because to me it's like we're not really together. So if you come, you come. You don't come, you don't come.
Right.
Ain't no biggie because
Yeah,
you're an
yeah.
ex for a reason.
Right. But if you come, you
I
gonna come.
I don't like playing those kind of things. Like I think I've just kind of, I don't know. Again, I know that's how some people operate, and I don't, you know look down on those type of situations. But me personally, I don't like doing no stuff like that. I'd rather sit here by myself on a Friday, Saturday. If I'm not dating anybody, watch TV by myself. I don't. If a dude want to call me at 10, 11 o'clock, for me personally, that's disrespectful. I don't like that. Again, everybody, just because I don't like it, don't mean there's a million other women that won't go for that. But I don't know. For me personally, that's kind of just cheap. You know.
But you know the song? That's the way it goes on Love's Train.
There you go now.
Yeah, but that's what I was telling you earlier. Certain things doesn't make a woman a hoe. So if a woman is going to a nigga house that she's cool with, and they having a little nightcap and they got their little thing, ain't
That's
nothing
on them.
wrong
Yeah.
with that.
That's on them.
Right?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Doesn't make you any type of way. Because sometimes you might not have a potential boyfriend or husband you're talking to at the time, and sometimes you just want your body just want the needs met. There's nothing wrong with that, to
Yeah.
me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just getting your needs met, because I ain't gonna even lie to you, sometimes a relation actually formed out of some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. And
It can
sometimes it
happen.
don't.
I mean,
Because
no,
sometimes
a lot of
women think,
times it don't.
because I've known a lot of women where they'll get into a situation where it's like, okay, we're not gonna have no strings attached. You do your thing, I do my thing, but in her heart, she really does want a relationship. So now she set herself up where it could turn into a relationship, but then because you open your mouth and said, oh, it could just be a situation. Now this dude is not really looking at you that way. You
Yes,
know?
that does
That
that
happened to
does
me,
happen.
but I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it happens, but guess what? There's our dudes that change their mind exactly with the girl too. The girl didn't say it that way. She changed her mind, and the dude be like, "Well, shit, you know what? I want to do it too. Fuck it, I like
Mm-hmm.
you too. I've grown to like you just as much. Especially if she got that voodoo. A man ain't
Mm-hmm.
letting that go. He wants to keep her. You know what I'm saying? It happens. There's men that's been cheaters, been caught cheating multiple times, and then when he finally realized he was gonna lose her, he was like, "Man, I'm done. Fuck it, let's get married. I want you." I realized what I got. So I'm just saying everything is case by case. Things
Yeah.
can change. You just never know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, y'all, go ahead.
I've warned both males and females about, stepping into something, saying one thing, and then 3 or 4 months down the line, they're saying something different. I said,
Mm-hmm.
because if you
Right,
do that and you're really sincere about it, the first
right,
3 or 4 months, you was like, whatever we got is whatever we got. I'm not taking anything serious. And then you get to that line where now you actually have legitimate feelings for the dude. What's going to hurt them? This is for both males and females. Now you've got to undo that 3 or 4 months of your nonchalant to convince this person that, yeah, my feelings for you now is legit. I am serious.
right,
And
right,
some people can overcome it. Some people don't overcome it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
All of a
Because I
sudden now, yep.
because I had 2 women that did that, and yeah, I did like them. But my thing is, all this stuff that you was talking, the 3 or 4 months, I'm not I'm not too easy with I'm not feeling too easy about whether or not you are really legit, because I'm holding you by the stuff that you were saying in the past.
Yeah. See, as a woman, I've had more of the opposite, where I feel like dudes are just playing games. Where in the beginning they talk about all this big talk about how they want something serious, possibly marriage, possibly a committed relationship. And again, that's kind of why I kind of hold off, because it's like if you're talking all that big talk, let's see if you're gonna be consistent 3, 4 months down the line. And now it could be something where that it's something that it's not, they're not just not feeling it no more, but it's kind of like, you're not feeling no more, then let me move on so I can find somebody else. You can find somebody else also. So there's been more of those cases, where the
Let-
big talk in the beginning, and then all of a sudden the big talk kind of tapers down to, let's just see how it goes. Nah, I know what that means.
Right. Well, let me say something though. You have a big stance on holding back on sex until
Uh-huh.
you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a problem with the man holding back on spending his money like that until he knows? Or is you one sided? because you feel your body, your sex is
Hmm.
valuable. And what about a man who say, well, look, I don't want to be wasting my money on a woman that's not serious. So until
Now,
I
what
figure
kind of
out
money?
you're
What kind
serious,
of money you talking about? You talking about like vacation money or dinner money?
anything, I want to go Dutch with you. We're gonna go Dutch until I
Hmm.
realize I'm not wasting my time. How do
Then we
you
just
feel about this?
friends. We just friends.
Oh, see, so it's one way. So you get to hold back
Hmm.
on something, but if he chooses to hold back on something, oh, we're just friends. And that's
This is I no. I feel like my
come on, that's a no.
body,
See, that's
my
bullshit.
body, and a $60 or $70 dinner are two different things.
You
So
can't tell somebody how to
what
feel
you're
about
basically
their
what you're
money.
saying is if a man spends, and I actually just had I think I had this on video a few weeks ago. So you're
Right.
telling me if a man spends, just say $100, just say $150 on
My
dinner,
dates,
I should
my
be
date.
giving them, but what's between my legs?
No, that ain't what I said. That's not what I
So
said.
what?
Hold on. If you go to Scott's Seafood, if you go to Station
Okay.
16, and if you go to Roof Chris, you're not having a $150 date. So let's
Okay.
just cut that out right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your date is going to be damn near $250 for two
Okay.
people because now you got a tip. You're not tipping no $5, $10 at Roof Chris or Scott's or anything like that. So a man is telling you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spend my $250 and waste money on a woman that I'm not for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
want to go Dutch until we get to know each other. I respect you not having sex. Respect me not spending my
Nope, I'm
money.
not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
doing
And
it.
that's the problem. And guess what?
Oh, where'd he go? You there, Jack? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, we can hear you,
Hello?
Xavier. Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What the hell?
We can hear you still.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want everything. You want everything, but you want to give nothing. You want a man to prove himself to you. You want a man to
Hmm.
show his dedication. You want a man to do all these things, but you don't want to do it in return. And that's the problem. If I
So,
have to spend my money on you
if a
to
man's gonna pay for my dinner, and I'm gonna say, I know I don't want to go Dutch because this is a date.
right,
This is a
right,
date. So no, I
right,
don't want to go Dutch.
right.
So are you saying at the end of the date, my payment to him is to have sex?
I
If
never
I say
said
no, I don't
that.
want to go Dutch.
No, that ain't what I said. What I
Okay.
said was a man tells you, just
Uh-huh.
like you said, I don't want to give up my
Then
body to
guess what? I don't have to date that man because there's 20 more
right,
that won't tell me that.
right,
Just like there's 20 other women that will sleep with him on the first date.
right. And just
So if he wants
right,
sex so quick, I'm not the one for you.
right,
If this man wants to go Dutch because he's not sure about me, he's not the one for me.
right. But that's all I'm saying. Women are asking for things, but when a man asks for something, it's always different. That's all I'm saying. It's
Mm-hmm.
always different. Y'all feel like what does a man have to that he can use to a woman to hold back on to make sure she's real? Because you can be another gold digging a woman that just want a fucking free meal. So how the
Well
hell I
then,
know you?
but then let me tell you this. Then let's not start at Scott's. Let's not start. Let's start at Olive Garden then. And then when you find out what kind of woman I
No,
am,
no.
then you start taking these guys. Let me
Well,
tell you this: when
let's
they
start at
started doing,
Subway.
when men started telling me, hey, let's meet for coffee. Many years ago, when that date started happening, I kind of got a little offended. But then I had to
Right,
realize, like what you just
right,
said, if this man has 2 dates a week, he's
right,
spending $100, $200 per date. I understand why you want a coffee date now. You want to spend $16, maybe sit there for an hour and two, see what kind of woman I am. I've had so many coffee dates where it moves from the coffee to actual nice dinners all in the same day.
all
So
right.
I'm
Ain't nothing
okay with
wrong with
that.
it.
I'm okay with if a man wants to protect his money because he's not sure what kind of woman I am. But when you find out what kind of woman I am, if it matches up to you, then please don't do that. And then
I'm just
eventually, if we do connect, then yes, we can get physical.
okay, but I'm asking you a question.
Go ahead.
What do a man have to hold back from a woman until he realized that she's the woman for him? Because you guys have something you're holding back from a man until he proves himself. And I'm asking you, why can't men have the same thing as you guys have. Why we can't hold back on something until you prove yourself. See, the thing is, you guys feel like you're the only value in the relationship, or in us getting to know each other. So you figure this is what he wants. But I guarantee you, seven out of 10 women that I have ran across all said, "Oh, well, if he don't spend money on my dinner, then I don't want to get to know him." And y'all all do it. Most of y'all do it. But as soon as a man says, "Well, I want the pussy," "Oh my God, you shouldn't be like that. That's wrong. I'm not giving up my body. You should respect me." Y'all got all these reasons why you have the opportunity to hold back something. But if only thing we can hold back is our money. That's the only
So
thing we can
again,
hold
it
back.
goes back to, I would never tell a dude to be a fool and get a girl diamonds and all this other kind of gifts and you only known her for a week or two. No, if a man has that kind of mentality where he needs to protect, he feels like he needs to protect his money, or he don't want to spend it on the particular women because he needs to find out who she is, then again, don't take her to the high class spots. But for me personally, maybe because my parents were older, maybe they were from the South, I was raised a little different. Meaning, if you are a man and you want to take me out, yes, you pay for my dinner, because this is the beginning of you courting me. I'm
Okay,
not going to let everybody between my legs because you bought me dinner. My
let me
body
ask you.
can be worn
Right,
out. I can get pregnant. I can get STDs.
right.
You spending $150 on me on dinner, yes, that maybe took away from some bill money somewhere else, but you can make that back. I can't reverse if I
All
get
right,
pregnant. If
right.
I get do you understand the difference?
No, I get it. You're traditional, right?
Do you understand the difference? Go
No,
ahead
I
though.
get it. I get it. I get it. No, I agree with you because I first of all, let me just say this. I never been on a date that I didn't pay for, ever.
Okay. Up, where'd you go?
He'll be back. They always come back.
Can you hear me? I guess it's the area
Yes.
that I'm at. But
Yes.
anyway, I'm traditional. I never been on a date that I didn't pay for, ever. So I'm
Hmm.
traditional. So you're saying you have traditional morals and standards, right?
Yes.
Okay. What type of traditional and moral standards do you bring to the table?
Now, okay. Now this is a big topic going around too. So now you have the working mini. If I'm in a relationship, I'm working 8 hours a day, and then you have the mini that doesn't have to work. Maybe if I get married to somebody, and he's like, "Hey, I make enough dough for both of us." I've been a stay-at-home mom, so I could talk from experience being at home 4 years while my daughter's father paid everything and gave me cash every month.
Then why you leave
That
him?
that that's a whole nother thing. Money don't mean that. What I've learned from that experience is money don't mean everything. So in that particular case, yes, the house was sparkling, food was cooked, baby was taken care of, everything was washed, everything was great because that was my job. Now, if you're talking about me working 8 hours a day, some of that traditional stuff that I just talked about, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna work 8 hours a day, come home and spend 3 hours in the kitchen, and then wash somebody's clothes for another hour, and now I'm tired and
I
I'm
agree,
making money and
right?
he's making money too. So it depends.
Right.
But but I personally think that a lot more women should have that opportunity to be home, because I think our kids need that.
All right.
They
So do
need
you
that. Go ahead though.
but in your relationship,
Uh-huh.
do he do he still have to be traditional?
I would like to have a traditional man. Yes, I
Okay,
would.
so what I'm saying is if you working, you're
Uh-huh.
working, he's
Okay.
working. You're not about to do nothing traditional because
No, I
you're
didn't say
tired.
that. Hmm.
No, I just asked you what you was gonna do traditional. You didn't answer it. I said, what are
No,
you
now.
gonna do that's traditional? The 8 hour working mini that you are,
Hmm.
your man gotta be traditional, open your door, treat you like a lady, even though both of y'all working, both of y'all getting money, and people gotta stop.
Up, you went out again.
Jack, I'm gonna let you take over because this is a bad area over here.
So I'll answer your question even if
Okay, go ahead,
your
please,
signal.
please,
So
please.
again, working 8 hours, me personally, talking about traditional. Now, I would have to scale things back. I still like a very clean living area. Even though right now I do work 5 days a week, if I work 40 hours a week, my living area is nice and it's clean. So even though I do that, I would make sure that the man don't have to take care of that. He needs clothes to be washed. That's gonna be done on the weekend.
I'll
Cooking, now
fuck with you.
I can't cook 7 days a week because I'm working. And when I get home, I'm tired and got other projects I'm working
I
on.
agree.
So
I agree.
if he's looking for 7 days a week, I could possibly do 2 or 3
I can agree with that. See,
with
that's all I was
leftovers.
wanting. That's all I wanted to hear.
Okay, but now again, the car stuff, I would love for that particular man to take care of all that. My oil changes, my car wash, all that kind of stuff. If you don't want to hire a gardener and we have yard, please handle that. And I'm handling the domestic in-house stuff. If we
Yeah, I
had
fuck
kids
with you.
together, or if he had kids from another relationship and the kids need to be bathed and put to bed, I could do that.
I
I'm a
fuck with you,
woman.
man. See, that's all I'm saying. I mess with you. See, that's
Yes.
all I wanted to hear. I just wanted to hear that, and you answer my question very. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mess with that, definitely.
But
For
then
sure.
what I found out in today's society is a lot of men don't understand that sometimes if you want a traditional relationship and a woman is working, you can't demand too much. Because I've had that where a man was demanding so much. I'm like, I'm working, and we lived in 2 separate homes. I'm like, I'm working. You're not helping me with any of my bills around here, but you want dinner, you want this, you want me to rub your feet, you want me to. I'm like,
Right.
you're burning me out, and you're
Right.
not taking any weight off of me. Grab a
Right.
bill or something. Take a weight off of me. You want me to be traditional, not understanding you're running me into the ground.
Right. No, and I agree. It's a give and take on both sides, and I
Uh-huh.
just always hear most women want to take and then not give. I want a traditional man, but they're a modern woman, and just doesn't go. So when you said what you said and how you brought it back, I was because that's what I was wondering. Like, well, what you gonna bring to the table? And you want traditional. You brought some traditional things back in. So I respect it. You gave me a great
Yeah.
answer, and
And I love
I
giving
mess with
you
it.
know what? I love when my dude is happy. But again, it's
Right.
kind of the give and take thing where it's like you're taking weight off me, I'm taking weight off you. I love giving my
And
dude
that's how it's supposed to be.
like back massages and all that stuff.
Oh
I love doing
man.
that stuff. But it's
See?
like again, a dude has to. I've learned the older I get, you got to be giving me something. I got to be giving you
Right.
something. So if
Right.
I'm giving you back massages, what do you do? Like maybe
See, I love
give me
back
a
massages
give me a
too.
pedicure
Right.
once a month,
Right.
something, you know.
Right. No, I like getting back massages, and I love giving them. Like I got massage tables, everything. I just hate when I give a dope ass massage and the person give me a half ass one. Because when I massage, I really massage. I ain't trying to massage you just to have sex. I'm massaging you because I want you to do me the same way. You know
Look
what
at
I'm
my
saying?
eyes. Are
Hook.
you sure? You know how
No,
many
the
times? You
same
know how many
way.
times I got fooled by massages?
No. Now listen. Me wants the draws is listen. Me wanting the draws is me wanting the draws. But when it comes to massages, I'm literally about to give you your hour because I want to be done the same way. Like I want I'm a massage fanatic. I love massages. Massages is a thing that a girl can hold me off from sex if she gave me some massages. You know, that's like the go-to. Oh, I gotta wait 30 days for the booty. Give me some massages. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Hit this back. You know what I'm
See that
saying?
coconut oil,
Man,
all
hit me
like
up,
that.
man. I don't need to, man. I'll bring the table. I'll bring the box, the music. I'm really into massages. I love them, and I'm dope. And I have never been told that my massages is not dope. Everybody say your massages is dope for
Mm-hmm.
sure. So yeah,
Ah,
massages can hold me off from the booty for a while.
okay.
Right. So yeah.
Yes.
No, but I love your mind. I love the way you think. I think you're definitely going in the right direction. I think when you do find the right person, I just think if he's allow you to speak and hear you, and you allow him to speak and hear him, I think you're going to make a very good companion. And I can tell you're growing, you're knowledgeable, you have conversation, and you can hold your own in a debate. I can tell you willing to be submissive to the right man who's willing to, um, you know, give you back what you deserve from a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, just stay on your path. I respect
Oh
you
yeah.
a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
respect you a lot. So I just want to tell you that
Oh, that's so sweet. And hey,
for sure.
we're almost getting up to the 2 hour
Yes,
mark, and I got
yes,
to
I
get my little
know.
girl to school. Jack,
Yeah,
do
I
you
just
have
wanted to chime
anything
in.
final you want to say? Go ahead.
Yes, 3 quick things.
Sure.
dudes treating dinner. My advice to dudes all the time is trick what you can afford. If you can
Right.
afford to take $20, lay it on the ground, and walk away from it, trick that. If you can't do that to $50, don't
Right.
don't don't trick $50.
Right.
And when you pay for dinner, don't expect a woman to give you
Right.
sex because you paid that. Now, if you want to be a dumbass and go out there and spend $100 on a meal, then just consider that as a gift.
Right.
Mhm.
And if you couldn't really afford that $100 dinner, then don't spend $100.
I agree
Mhm.
100%.
And
Yeah.
just be honest with it. Like, look, hey, I can only afford, two for 20 at Applebee's. I'm sorry. Or
Right.
either that, do like I used to do. I used to get the coupon book and do the what's it buy one entree, get the other at half price or for free.
I wish
And
they
I
did
used
that
to
at
I
my
used to
restaurant. That'd be
I
good.
used to I used to treat with those. And if a chick
Right.
complained, I tell look, the food is going to taste the same no matter if I paid with it with a coupon or I paid for cash.
And I
Now
See,
agree.
I've
you
never
make up your mind.
experienced that. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go in my head and think. How would I think if a man pulled out a coupon? Honestly, I would look at it this way. If he lets me in his life and I see he's not cheap with other stuff, then it wouldn't matter to me because I like coupons. So I probably, if the man's cheap on everything, I don't really like a cheap dude, but with certain things like that where it's like, okay, he got this coupon, why pay more to get the same thing, but he likes nice things here. Like I don't
Right.
know, I don't know. I've never had that experience happen before. I don't know.
I've had mixed experiences. So let me get on to the
Uh-huh.
next one. Um, the 3 hour cooking. Now, this goes into the traditional thing. Now, I hear women say, I don't have time to be spending 2, 3 hours in the kitchen. And I'm like, as much cooking that I do, I'm rarely in the kitchen for 3 hours unless I'm just experimenting with something. The normal dinner, especially if you do the prep work beforehand, maybe an hour. And then I'll also introduce to the women. I'm like, when I was married, my wife and I, we worked separate work schedules, and we end
Mm-hmm.
up doing prep work. I'll take care of the meat. Um, if there's any vegetables that need to be cut up, like taking care of the carrots and stuff like that, cutting
Mm-hmm.
up the potatoes, I put that to the side, and then when she come home, she cooks it. And I'm like, have y'all ever not you, but I'm like, have y'all ever thought about doing it that way? And they were like,
That's
oh,
a good idea.
I
That's
never thought
teamwork.
about that. I'm
Yeah.
like this. Oh Lord. So like I said, when they start talking about that traditional stuff, I'm like, y'all just repeating stuff that you just heard. Cause
Now, now I'm a slow cook though. Like for instance, last night I made some yellow Dominican rice with smothered chicken and spinach on top. That took me about 2.5 hours. The chicken alone to cook was about almost an hour on medium heat. And then the prep, I had to go to the store twice because I forgot some ingredients. So the prep took a while. And then I like to clean the whole kitchen before I go to bed. So that was probably about 2.5 hours last night. Yeah, about 2.5 hours. And again, I didn't have any help. It was just me. And that was everything from scratch. I'm a slow cook.
okay, I can understand that. Now that part I
Mm-hmm.
can understand, but I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about when I talk to the women, especially here online and a little
Mm-hmm.
bit here in the real world. It's
Mm-hmm.
when it's a couple.
Okay.
And I'm because I'm like, y'all just basically repeating stuff that you've picked up, from your peers. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't sound like any of y'all really sat down and thought about what the heck you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, when the way it worked with my wife and myself, that it just made a lot more sense. Instead of one person trying to do everything, just split. And that's how you do it in a professional kitchen. Somebody does the prep work, the other person cooks, and then you figure out how the stuff is going to get cleaned. So that was
Yeah.
that part, and that actually tied into the tradition that I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good talking to you guys. Until next time,
All right.
Mimi, hit me up later when you do get done with your daughter, or
Okay.
in the morning or whatever. But I need to connect with you to get the other information. And
All
nice
right.
talking to you, Jack. Man, you have a blessed day, King.
You too. Take care.
All
Have a
right,
good
take
weekend,
care,
man.
Xavier. All right, bye
Right, right.
bye.
Yeah, I think at the end, I
Mhm.
think a lot of folks, they're doing a lot of talk, male and female on both sides. There's a lot of people, they're doing a heck of a lot of talk, but not a lot of thinking and analytically piecing stuff together to try to view it from a realistic standpoint.
Yeah,
A lot
exactly.
of the bickering and the extreme points in discussions is entertaining, but at the end of the day, I don't think people are really trying their best to try to find a common ground that that can be applied.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. With the cooking thing, you know, what impresses me from with a guy is if I'm cooking for him and he asks to help, which most of the time I would say no, especially if it's something where it's, you know, I'm cooking everything from scratch. Sometimes it's easier for me just to do it on my own versus like trying to tell him, oh, this is here, this is there. But even just asking is impressive to me. Or if we're at the cleanup time and he's not just flopping on the couch, he's actually, can I help you clean? Can I dry something? Can I, you know, that's impressive because there's so many men out here that don't do that. And this is just the courting stage. This is not moving in together. This is not sharing bills. This is just coming over. I'm cooking for you from scratch. Can you at least help me dry the dishes? You know, a lot of guys don't do that. They're just kind of like, I'm the man, come and serve me. I don't like that.
I don't know about all that. No.
About what? Helping me dry dishes?
Nah, the I'm the man thing.
Oh,
Uh,
they're out there.
that can turn into another 2-hour discussion. We'll pass on that
Yeah.
one.
We just hit the 2-hour mark. So my book, A White Man's Horror, for you guys listening out there. It's on Amazon. The topic is about interracial dating. Go ahead, check it out. I'll put my website in the description so you guys can go to my website, read a little bit about who I am, and what else. And the topic tonight was what makes a woman a hoe. Wonderful discussion. Thank you for everybody that was on the panel. And what else do I have to say? Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like, share, comment. I accept negative comments, I accept positive comments, whatever. They're comments, they don't change my life, you know. But thank you, Jack, for joining me tonight. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yes. And everybody have a good, safe Sunday night. Bye-bye.